by that fucking twink.
And ask for understanding.
She said that her and her longtime partner have ended their relationship.
He was like, man, that was fine. Like, man, you might want to put a baby in her.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Tea with Tokwase, where I serve you the hottest tea from the internet, from TikTok, YouTube, Reddit, and sometimes X. So the two people you need to know to follow today's story are Naomi Osaka and the Wizard Liz. Naomi Osaka is a professional tennis player that rose to global fame by winning her first Grand Slam title at the 2018 US Open, defeating the one and only GOAT, Serena Williams. The second person you need to know is the Wizard Liz. She is a creator or a content creator that makes videos around motivation, life choices, life advice, dating advice, and just general life. And I think most of her audience are 23-year-olds and ladies in that general age range, which is very, very true because before this whole saga, I did not know who she was. But before we get into this video, please check to see if you've subscribed. If you haven't, please subscribe. I post one video every week, and actually myself and my team are planning to make two videos in a week, so watch out for that. I'm sure you'll be wondering what joins these two very distinct ladies together, like what's the similarity between them. And the similarity is, regardless of what field you are in, regardless of what you do for a living, regardless of who you are as a woman, as far as you're a woman that is in relationship or is attracted to men, there is always a potential for them to derail you if you let them. And this video is going to be showing you the importance of decentering men. So to give you a better perception or better idea of what the Wizard Liz did, because I'm sure many of you may not know who she is, but she's very popular, so I'm sure a good number of you may know. And because this whole thing went viral, I'm sure most of you will know, but just in case, I'm going to play a number of videos just so that everybody is caught up on what she does. Okay, let's get into it.
Oh my god, I was gonna do this for you. Oh my god, I was going to... Shut up. You didn't do anything. Literally. Shut up. Don't talk to me.
Talking to my friend recently, and she called me and she said, Liz, oh my god, I found my boyfriend. He had a secret Snapchat and he had so many girls on there. He was cheating on me, all these things. I talked to her on the phone and I was like, listen, what is there in this relationship that is keeping you there? Because it's not about him. Because this situation has happened over and over again. The cheating has happened over and over again. Now I said, why are you staying there? What is it there that you still need from this person? Is it validation? Is it feeling like a sense of self-worth? Because toxic men will pull you down, so you feel very bad about yourself. He would make comments to her like, oh, it's good that you have your looks because other than that you don't have anything and stuff, to undermine her. Meanwhile, people are literally thinking, is this guy paying this girl to be with him?
So I think with that, you kind of know the kind of videos she produces. So a quick synopsis of what happened. She, knowing who she is, she got married and got pregnant. She got cheated on by her boyfriend, her husband. Why do I keep saying boyfriend? By her husband, London. And he cheated on her. She came with the receipts. She came to the internet to say, he cheated on me. I am walking away. And everybody was like really, really happy about it because it sounded like she is practicing what she has taught people. But it looked like there has been a U-turn with that decision. We're not yet sure about it, but we're going to watch the uproar behind the cheating and basically we're going to do a deep dive into it and the internet's reaction to it as well. It's really affected many people. People are in tears. People are in severe problems. People are in severe tears. So let's watch it together and I'll come back later.
The amazing Wizard Liz announced that her fiance Landon created a fake Snapchat, met up with a girl, and cheated on her. But not only did he cheat on Liz, she's 4 months pregnant with his baby, so he cheated on the future of his child as well. Landon just joined Liz on her platform in an hour-long video about the relationship and said that it's a toxic message for women to never trust a man, and this is what I find absolutely incredible about the modern man. He has the audacity to rage against the different ways women protect themselves while being the exact exact reason those defenses exist in the first place. The modern man is mad women have trust issues, but creates fake Snapchats behind her back. He's mad that women are guarded, but never stops giving her reasons to be. The modern man is a faux victim and a crybaby. The modern man complains that women aren't getting married and having children at the same rate anymore, but lacks such self-control that he'll go destroy the future of his own child and the family that child is owed for 15 minutes of pleasure before that child even breathes its first breath. This isn't just about men cheating. This is about the current environment we're in, where men are out playing victim, acting like society is against them, while they run around destroying their own families, destroying the futures of their children, and destroying the hearts of the women that care about them. Liz deserves better, and every woman and child deserve better.
Never did I think the wizard Liz would get cheated on by that fucking twink. We gotta talk about this. Ooh, I'm mad as fuck for her. This is about to cause a massive fucking awakening with a type of men women need to go after. You can't fuck with no little boy. That's exactly what that fucking dude is. And this is hard because I know he manipulated the shit out of her. She's 4 months pregnant with his child. This is the problem with these fucking little boys. They're harmless. And why women like her and of her caliber who have been through shit, who have been traumatized and fucked up in relationships, you go with a guy who you feel is harmless. This is what happens. Men who ain't got no backbone, men who really can't take care of you, look after you, and be a man, their only way to survive in the world is to be manipulative because they can't protect shit. So they're going to pretend to value your boundaries and listen to you and hear you and see you. They're the most strategic and calculated fucking people. And this has me riled the fuck up because the public embarrassment she's going through, I'm so fucking mad for her because I feel like my heart breaks for her, the position that she's in right now. But I'm low-key kind of excited to see what the fuck she turns into. This, woo, I love that she gagged his ass too. She posted exactly what happened. But one more angle is this ain't got shit to do with Liz's worth. This is exactly why you cannot settle in a relationship because she's clearly the prize. She's clearly on a way higher caliber he could ever fucking even blow air to reach. I guarantee you what happened is this boy felt so shit and insecure about himself that he had to go get his reassurance and feel good about him on the side and message other people on fucking Snapchat while you're engaged, have a child on the way. This is that weak, pathetic fucking shit. We've all watched Liz grow and watch her heal from so much shit she's been through. And this is the worst one yet.
Every day, a goddess takes a man who looks like a foot and makes him extraordinary with her magic.
Doesn't matter, you know?
One baby for every cat.
Yeah, 100 children.
How many kids do you guys think Liz and I are gonna have? I think we're gonna have 5.
5? I need to birth those.
I want to name one of them Euclid, and I think we're gonna have 5.
Oh my god.
5.
So this is a look of contempt. I think it's really good to actually have photos and videos with your partner. Because in the moment, her intentions are so pure, and a lot of the times when you're in love and you're swept off your feet or you're love bombed, you're not gonna be able to recognize this. But the way that he looks at you will tell you everything. Everything. And when he's looking at her, it's like this. It's with this contempt. It's with this hidden motive. You can see this is just strategic. Like, he wants to take her light. He wants to trap her. It's like the jealousy, you know?
At home, they caught wind of it and they were assigning me a psychiatrist. So, and then...
I mean, yeah, you can just see everything. I mean, this says it all. A partner that isn't looking at you when you're talking, and then when he does, it's contempt. It's an incubus. That's an emotional vampire. They are looking to take. This is not a soul connection. This is not true love. This is a hater.
I guess just say it in here without being asked. One thing you've definitely helped me with, I'm super quirky, and it's a blessing and a curse. Like, I love how unique I am, but sometimes I try to remember it. But Liz has shown me through the time that we've been together, like, you love me, and you think that...
Yuck. Yuck! This is exactly when her intuition was telling her everything. She's like, I feel like this is when she was getting the ick in real time, and that's your intuition, ladies. That's your survival instinct. This man, oh my god. Not only is he literally the opposite of unique, the way that he talks about himself versus her will tell you everything. Like, all this fluff and bullshit that he was saying in the beginning about manifesting her and this soulmate and love of my life, and I knew I wanted to marry her within 36 hours or whatever. This is all for his benefit. This is all about him. This whole thing is about him. He wanted to trap her with a baby, multiple babies, and he wanted to humiliate her because she's too powerful. And this is what happens when you date a man below you. Like, I swear to God, he's looked at her once. And that was only when she was complimenting him. So he was just trying to soak it all up.
To show up.
A man is constructive and creative in essence, and so
Just look at the way that he's not even looking at her. That's the thing. Just look at the way that he constantly looks away from her, like really fidgety eye contact. Like, his eyes are never just with her. Like, there's like contempt all over his face. He's never looking at her when she speaks, when she's vulnerable, when she's talking about herself and her dreams. I mean, it says it all.
What do you mean 5 children? Even as a joke, and even as a joke, when she was like, well, I will have to birth those, he didn't even acknowledge that she said that. Like, if it was a joke, he would have kikied about it. This was before the whole cheating thing, by the way. 3 days before the cheating allegations. So it's like, and I keep on saying this on this channel, women, we have too much information. We have too much information. Never think that you are the exception. Patriarchy, men will humble you. Don't think that if you don't actually play the strategic game, if you're not strategic about it, they will humble you. They will humble you. Because now this whole thing has already gone out of, like, her platform has already scattered. I don't even want to spoil it, so that we'll go at it gradually. But when she said 5 children, because I truly, I am child free by choice. I do not want to have children. I will never have children. By God's grace, God, please. Yeah, but I feel that men use children to tie women down, because we are the ones that they claim that we are more emotional, and that is just bullshit, to be honest. But we are the ones that are more connected to the child, because you're the one that's carrying the child in your stomach for 9 months. You're the one that has to sit down because you have the child. Obviously, even if you have all the carers, all the nannies and the rest, as a woman, a child will slow you down, whether you like it or not. Yes, whether you like it or not, the child will slow you down. So using him strategically saying 5 children, using children, he knew what he was doing all along. We shouldn't even pretend like men don't know what they're doing. But we, the ladies, our lives are the ones that are going to be at stake. So we are the ones that need to use our 2 eyes. Open your eyes, open your ears, and give it time before you commit your life to somebody else.
Stop dating ugly, nonchalant men. Everyone's like, talk about the wizard Liz situation. That's the best advice I can give you. Not only does this man look like a big toe in a hoodie, he is also like extremely nonchalant towards a gorgeous woman who is very, very clearly out of his league. Look at the two of them next to each other. Come on now. This was the live in which he couldn't come up with a single reason of like why he fell for her, why he loves her or anything like that. He made her answer the question first and then gave an extremely vague and like non-committal, nonchalant answer. Do you know why? Because the whole time he was using her for something. It was never about her, it was always about him. And the reason I tell you not to date these ugly, nonchalant men is because they're always insecure. This is the most insecure man you will ever meet, and he will ruin your life. They are dating you to humiliate you. They're dating you to embarrass you, because they're not actually interacting with you as a person. They're interacting with the patriarchy. Under the patriarchy, men need women for 3 things. 1 is to prove the worthiness of their peen. Simple as that. They want to know that they can somehow trick a hot woman into sleeping with them, because that makes their peen worthy. Or they want to think that they can go out there and get all of these women. That's what makes their peen worthy. That's why he tried to cheat on her. It's because he's ultimately insecure about his place in the patriarchy. Secondly, men want to use you, a successful, powerful woman in your own right. They want to use you to monkey branch. He's an unsuccessful like streamer, internet personality or whatever, but now he has a platform because she gave it to him. That's him social climbing. That's called monkey branching. He used her to swing to a higher branch. And thirdly, men need you to create their own little patriarchy at home. That's why he got her pregnant. Because when they're done kissing their boss's ass at work, when they're done kissing the ring of men who are stronger, richer, or more famous than them, when they're done sucking all of their dicks, they want to come home and order you around so that they feel like a big man. And not only that, but they want you trapped in that home with their baby. Because this man, I guarantee you, has done all the calculations. How he's going to manipulate her with custody, child support, living arrangements, all of these things. I guarantee you, this man did this so that he can torment her for the rest of her life and somehow be connected to her for the rest of his life. And once again, to bring it back to the beginning, nobody's going to do this to you worse than a man who is insecure about his own place in the hierarchy, aka an ugly, nonchalant man with nothing to offer. Himself, you, society, even the patriarchy, for God's sake, unless he manages to dominate and subjugate a woman by humiliating her and by staying connected to her through a child that he love bombed her into creating with him. Nobody's gonna do you worse than an ugly man. He has so much to prove. His peen is invalidated, his sense of belonging is invalidated, his sense of social success is invalidated. Like, the only way that these men can reach the heights that they're able to reach sometimes is by glomming on like a parasite to a successful woman. And when they do her dirty, that's when other men line up behind them. That's when they usually build this male-centered patriarchal platform. And they get social currency from other men who are like, yeah, this guy's a boss because he was able to get this woman under his thumb, one way or another. This is what they're willing to do, ladies. They're willing to love bomb you for as long as it takes, to gaslight you. This man literally went on a live with her the day before all of this news broke and tried to convince her that women need to trust men and men and women need each other and all this kind of crap. He was speaking her language, telling her he manifested her, you know, he learned all of these things. He was diabolical on his long-term planning. Basically, from here on out, according to the patriarchy, he wins no matter what. I'll remind y'all that Offset said a similar thing about Cardi B. He said, I won because you're my baby mama. This man's basically running the same play. He's like, look, I'm not going to come on here and ask for your forgiveness. He's appealing to men now. Okay, just so you know, this will be the next misogynist platform, right? He's going to use this for social clout. That's all she ever was to him. You can't convince me that he didn't stalk her, that he didn't like premeditate all of this somehow. These men know almost right away that they're going to fuck things up. A lot of times these men know going into it, they know that they're not about to be a good person to you. They're really just there long enough to do one of these three things, or as it is in his case, it's all three things. They're there to attach themselves to you for success and raise their social status. They're there to validate their peen and their existence. And they're there to create their own little sense of the patriarchy. They're there to try and see if they can get you under their thumb a little bit. That's why the only thing I preach on this channel is you have to be untrappable. And if I had to give you another piece of advice on top of that, it's never date a fugly little troll who looks like he crawled out of a fucking bog. They will do you the worst. They will do you the dirtiest because they will forever be insecure. And in their heart of hearts, they know that everybody else knows it and it makes them more insecure. And that's when they will inevitably try to humble you because they can't handle it because they're insecure. It comes back to that one thing over and over again. And that's all you need to know. Stay safe out there, ladies. I love you so much. Godspeed.
Yeah. And there, in fact, there's so much information that I went through to come to get this video to you guys. So I'm just trying to make sure that I give you all the background information that is necessary for you to follow the story. So in the video that she made on her page a day before this whole thing broke, by the way, this cheating that he tried to cheat. He still cheated, but he tried to actually have sex. He couldn't even seal the deal. Like, he's so lame that the lady that the lady that he wanted to cheat on Liz with was the one that sent Liz the screenshots. I was like, and to be honest, I'm not hearing enough people like rating that girl. That girl she's like, we need to actually clap for that girl, because many people will, because it's the same as like people like Cardi B and her kind of people. When ladies see a man, even if they did not think that the man is looking all right, because this London guy, have you seen his face? His face, he actually looks like a big toe. So before this, you'd be like, this guy. But when he starts dating somebody that you as a woman thinks is up there, like them Nicki Minaj, them Cardi B, them Liz, other girls will be like, oh, actually, let me see what is making you special enough to sleep with Liz. You understand? So I'm actually rating that girl that sent the screenshots, because even the responses she sent to the guy, she was like, "Are you not married?" And he was like, "Oh no, it's just for social media." It's crazy, crazy. Backstory that I was about to tell you before I went on this rant. He met her at the okay, so he was following her all along, like for a while, for a long time. He was following her on social media, and he tried to go on a trip to whichever country, whether it's Athens or where he wanted to go on the trip, but he was like, oh, at the airport, his friend scammed him. And I'm like, what kind of story? The story did not even join together. If you go and check the Wizard Liz on YouTube, you will find the video I'm talking about, and you get more. You watch it. And then he was like, he forgot his bag, and when he came back to get his bag, he saw her. By the way, when he saw her, she was with face mask and I think sunshade or something. She only removed the face mask to eat, and he recognized her. Like, and then she is thinking, oh my God, it's such fate. You know how because she speaks about manifesting a lot. So in her mind, she has already gaslit herself to think that this is, or the rose colored glasses. She really be thinking that this is all fate. This is all her manifestation, because he was flooding her with gifts. Flooding her with gifts. Like, he even brought like roses for her, like so many that the elevator, they could not even use the elevator. Like, it was in fact. So people are like, he definitely stalked her, because what are the actual odds? Because if you watch the video, you will see that, yeah, this is quite strange. And okay, before let me not spoil it. So let us watch his apology and look at the glee. He couldn't even hide the glee of what he did to her, because as this creator just said, he is now making those contents not to apologize to Lizzie's fans per se. He's making it to create his own social media fan base of men. Let's watch the apology.
Look, I'm not going to come on here and ask for your forgiveness. I'm just going to come on here and ask for understanding, because I made a mistake, but that doesn't mean that I don't love Liz. I love her with my entire heart, and we have a baby on the way. And over the last 10 months, I have done everything I can to give this person all that I can and to make her happy and do all of this. And regardless of how much I care, I made a mistake. And in the middle of texting somebody I should not be texting, in this moment of fucking weakness, like seeking validation, and it's just a bad behavior that I can't believe I did it. But in the moment that I was doing it, I messaged that person that I was sorry and that it was wrong. And I prayed to God that night for strength and clarity and to never do that again. That is not who I want to be. It is not what I thought I was stronger than this. I thought I was smarter than this. And I let something build up inside of me that I indulged in. And it is weak and it is despicable. And in this, I'd like to just take full accountability. I don't think this should have been aired out, honestly. And there's so much, oh my God, there's so much to say that I am not going to say.
but I'm taking accountability regardless. This is not something that I want to promote or make seem like I identify with. This is not who I want to be, and I'm sorry. I don't know how I could be such a fucking idiot at times. Like, throughout my life, there are times where I just do things that I know I shouldn't. And I learn, but I shouldn't have to learn this way. So I'm sorry. The final thing I'm going to say, and then I'll probably delete these. I love Liz more than I could even put words to, and I've shown her this, and I've tried my best to make her feel safe and happy and protected. And while yes, I made this mistake, I want to be a great man, and I'm not there yet, but I know that a great man is one that takes accountability. I know that a great man is somebody who makes a mistake and then can be forthcoming honestly. And although I felt bad, like, I should have just said, hey, I've done this thing. I feel very bad about it. I'm sorry. Like, I know what I did was wrong, and this is not going to happen again, and I'm sorry. And that's how you should treat the people you love. And I am sorry.
You would think, that he this apology that he is like 2 days, maybe like a day after the thing went viral, or maybe it's the same day. So you have not actually made corrections. You can only come here and say, oh, I'm a changed person. I have worked on myself. I am now a changed person. After it takes a period of time. You're only sorry you got caught. That is basically what it is. Like, you're not actually sorry. If the girl did not send that screenshot to Liz, you would have slept with the girl. So don't say, oh, it was an accident. I don't understand. It was an accident to hold your phone. Accident to press in your passcode or use your face to open your phone. It was an accident to open the Snapchat. Accident to send her multiple text messages, which we are going to go into. Accident, my foot. Accident, my foot. Like, this is just BS.
Landon is crashing out after the wizard Liz exposed him for cheating on her while she's 4 months pregnant. So he's blasting his Instagram story, but he ended up taking everything down. But he said all he did was have a 5 to 10 minute interaction with a girl on Snapchat, and that changed the course of his entire life. Just because he had a little bit of curiosity and wanted to indulge in something he was thinking about for a while. And I'm hearing that this Snapchat girl is not someone new, someone he had previous history with. So she was on his mind while he was with Liz. So this is someone he's involved with in the past, and that just makes it worse.
It's 5-10 minutes of my life texting somebody that I don't give a fuck about, jeopardizing everything that I have. Like, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, I deserve the hate.
And he's asking for forgiveness because he knows he messed up and he ruined his reputation.
Y'all, Landon, the guy that cheated on the wizard Liz, is having some sort of crash out because this man literally just posted all the screenshots and evidence of him cheating. So let's get into it. Oh, he's so dumb. And all of this is screenshotted off of his story. So Landon messages the girl, okay? The girl he's trying to cheat with. And mind you, this is all happening when the wizard Liz is in London and Landon came back to the US. He messages the girl, are you still in Dallas? She says, yeah, why? He says, just wondering who, all I know is still here. I just got back from London, in New York Tuesday, then back in Dallas for a week. Do you have plans? So he's obviously trying to fucking hang out with her. This girl, she ate him up. She said, aren't you married? This idiot says no. He denies being married, even though on his main Instagram account, the only post up there is him and Liz's engagement post of her with the fucking ring. He says no, plus just looking for friends. And then he changes the chat to delete immediately. This dumb bitch. The girl says, since when aren't you married? He says, well, it's complicated long distance internet thing. But no, I'm not married, LOL, not a normal life for sure. So basically trying to invalidate the entire relationship, saying it's just an internet thing and it's long distance, even though Liz's cats were literally with him at the fucking time. The girl says, so your whole relationship is fake? Then he said, no, it's not, but I'm not married. That part's not real. The girl says, what does that even mean? Mind you, again, the only post on his entire Instagram page is him and Liz's marriage announcement. Then he proceeds to say, haha, do you want to see me? I can tell you in person. Trying to make plans to hang out. He claims, oh, it was just a small thing. I didn't even cheat. It was just a little text. No, motherfucker, you were trying to make plans to see this girl in person so you could properly cheat. She says, I don't want to hang out with a married man and I saw you wearing a wedding ring. He proceeds to say, well, that's fair, but no, not married. She sends him a screenshot of his wedding ring. This idiot says, on God, that was worn for the video, but never mind, it's complicated. She says, explain, like, what do you mean? Obviously, he can't explain because he's actually effing married, but he says, no, never mind. I told you it's complicated, not legally married, maybe will be. What? She said, either way, you're in a relationship, shouldn't be trying to hang out with girls. He then says, why were you going to come courtside with me then? Just curious, but your point is valid. This is giving that he has tried to cheat before. Because what do you mean she was going to come courtside with you and you were under the impression that she wanted you or something? This isn't the first time I've slid trying to hang out / cheat. She said, what's your point? You invited my boyfriend and we never came. He said, I didn't know you had a boyfriend at the time. Meaning he invited her to come sit courtside with him and he thought she didn't have a man. So he had previously been trying to cheat with this same girl. And no, not trying to pull a fast one on you, LOL, just curious. But you said it yourself. You're in a relationship right now, so why are you trying to hang out with me? He says, well, was not trying to date you.
All of a sudden, this lady called Abby came on saying she is the ex of London. And she made like a series saying how he abused her, just saying her whole relationship with him, and that she tried to contact Liz before or during the relationship to warn her about how she was treated. But according to her, Liz did not listen to her, or she was blocked or whatever. But let's watch it.
And this is the first time he laid his hands on me, and I'm going to show you the video. Trigger warning. And he was coming to come get me.
Abby, Landon's ex-girlfriend, has just released a series of videos here on TikTok shedding some light on what her relationship with Landon looked like, and let's just say it's not pretty. Landon has subjugated this poor girl to pretty much every form of abuse: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Abby breaks out in stress rashes and has other physical reactions just talking about him, which I think just shows how much his abuse continues to impact her just because of how much abuse she was subjected to in their relationship. In her latest video, she shares that Landon has somehow found the phone number for her father and other people that she's close with, and he's basically begging them to get her to take these videos down, but of course, she's not gonna do that. Abby shares that Landon cheated on her multiple times with other women during their relationship, and this is a conversation that they had after he'd been caught. He spams her with a bunch of messages saying that it's not something I'll do again, I love you so much. If for whatever reason another boyfriend or future boyfriend of yours wrongs you in the same way, that you forgive him, as it says we should in the Bible. Unconditional love means loving people through their faults as they grow. This is very similar to what we are seeing Landon do to the wizard Liz right now, because he also is asking for her forgiveness. He thinks that admitting to cheating on her and posting screenshots of how he was talking to the girl on Snapchat, that's gonna make him seem like a very honest man, that he's open for change, that he's open to grow as a person, that he won't do it again. But that's all he was saying to Abby as well, and now look at what he's done with Liz. Admitting your wrongdoings does not equate to forgiveness, and I think that that's just a concept that Landon doesn't understand. Abby was trauma bonded to him, and she ended up taking him back 7-8 times. They broke up 7-8 times, and they broke up every time because he was cheating on her, and he'd always admit his wrongdoings, and then, you know, she would forgive him, but it wasn't really real forgiveness. It was a trauma bond. And so he thought that these tactics would continue to work past his relationship with this girl into the next relationship he'd have with the next girl, who in this situation happens to be Liz. And now he's short fusing because those tactics are not working anymore. After blocking him off of pretty much everything, he sends her thousands of emails trying to get her to take him back. Abby shares that he came and found her in her new place of residence where she was staying with her best friend, or her best friend happened to be there, and he came in and he started begging and crying on his hands and knees in front of her best friend to take him back. This is the message that she sent him after he got physically violent with her, saying, "You punched a hole in the wall and cornered me 4 different times, getting in my face and pushing me." He also says, "Please do not show up to my house or I will call the police on you again." Police were involved during the course of their relationship, and she had a restraining order against Landon at some point in the past as well. Abby shares that he was a stalker to her, that she moved to Miami, had a completely new place of residence, started seeing a new therapist. Somehow Landon found her new place of residence, found her therapist, and started seeing her therapist as a patient himself to try and convince the therapist that him and her were meant to be together. She shares that she blocked him off of everything. She went on a separate trip with her friends, and that he found her at her separate trip. He found her in a Sephora and tried to get her to take him back in the Sephora. I know there were a lot of people theorizing on TikTok that Landon also stalked the wizard Liz and found her at the airport. And honestly, after seeing what Abby has shared in her videos, I wouldn't be too surprised if that's exactly what happened. Abby was also pregnant at some point in their relationship, but unfortunately suffered from a miscarriage. He also convinced Abby that there was something neurologically wrong with her and tried to get her diagnosed with BPD, which of course the therapist was like, "Girl, you don't have BPD." I'm happy to share that Abby is currently in a happy and healthy relationship with her boyfriend Touchwood, and I think she's so strong for coming out and sharing her experience with Landon. She's a true girl's girl. She did send a DM to the wizard Liz during their relationship. She wanted to tell the wizard Liz basically like, just be careful of this man, and maybe share her experience with the wizard Liz, but the wizard Liz didn't see the message because she probably has thousands and thousands of DMs. But I truly think that she's so strong for coming forward with this, and no girl should ever have to go through this, and the fact that she tried to warn the wizard Liz in the first place, I think is extremely commendable.
Ladies, you need to realize that most men are serial love bombers. The ones that you're the most like considering having a relationship with, they are just as diabolical as the guys who can't treat you right off the bat. They're just better at planning all this stuff out. They just have a playbook that they follow. Chances are pretty good that he tried it out first on a different woman and it worked. That's why he's doing it again.
A love letter. He wrote me a book. He wrote me a song. He came to my house with thousands of flowers every time he messed up, and he just swooned me back in. And I was like, wow, like he's putting this much effort into me, like a month into knowing him.
Back in my apartment, and then Landon has ordered me like 750 flowers, and like the security wouldn't let those flowers.
They were
up.
so heavy.
Yeah, they were so heavy, and they literally like had to carry them in with like 5 men, and they were like in my living room.
So we see the similarity in the flower story right away, but make sure you don't miss the other diabolical little details, like the book thing. Not only did he fill both of their apartments with flowers, especially every time he messed up or whatever, he also did the book thing twice, which is absolutely unhinged. Not only that, but all of his like wanting to spend time together, whatever, turns into stalking. I wouldn't be surprised if he's doing this to Liz right now, which is really scary because she is still pregnant as far as we know, and this is a lot of stress for somebody to handle. But his ex-girlfriend says that he got her pregnant as well. And she says that he was very, very cold with her about the pregnancy. Like he wasn't excited. He was cold about the miscarriage. Like he was very, very diabolical. And it seems like he has this exact playbook that he follows. And the biggest key is that this all needs to be done in a short amount of time. Okay, this is love bombing 101. Everything needs to happen very, very quickly. The whole thing needs to feel like a roller coaster ride, you know, up and down, up and down. They want to get you to a place where they have positively reinforced the kind of behavior they want to see. They want to train you like a dog. Everybody said that we were crazy for saying that this guy was like scheming and plotting on her, and everyone's like, oh, it's not that serious. It is that serious. He literally has a playbook. He follows it step by motherfucking step. This man is evil and diabolical. And once again, I know that she's very young, very, very proud of her for walking away, but the connection that Liz is going to make from here on out, I just know this because she's a smart young woman. What she's going to realize is that the same men who can't control their lust are the type of men that show this kind of impulsive love bombing behavior at the beginning of your relationship. It stems from absolutely the same place, and more men would do it if they had more money. The only men who complain about having to like take women on dates and buy them flowers and all this crap are broke men. Just because a man is spending money on you does not mean he's not doing it for absolutely nefarious and shady fucking reasons, okay? Love bombing usually tends to be very impersonal, right? So like filling somebody's house with flowers, that's something you see in like every fucking rom-com. That's not that impressive, and it usually, the man is trying to love bomb you, aka transaction bomb you up front. He's hoping that him spending a lot of money on you right off the get is going to create this sense of debt, going to create this sense of sunk cost fallacy. It's going to create this sense of like fear. Well, this is obviously a man with resources. I'd be crazy to like mess this up. Or obviously this is a man who loves me very much, when really the whole time it's just a game to him. It's like a 4 or 5 step plan, and step 5 is getting you pregnant. Like, absolutely evil, absolutely scheming, absolutely diabolical. The other thing I bet that he did to both of them, probably told them both that he loved them within the first week or so. I know with Liz it was within like 36 hours. And he probably said like, oh, I've never felt this way about anyone before, but I just have to tell you, like, I think I love you and all this stuff. That is a cheater. That is a cheater every time. If he's telling you he loves you within 36 hours, that means that he can meet some other woman, and 36 hours later, he's telling her that he loves her and he's filling her apartment with flowers. He's stalking her to some airport to manufacture a little meet cute. And honestly, like, filling your apartment with flowers as a gesture is actually kind of like male gazy when you really think about it. It's just a man imposing his presence on you in the form of like flowers from him all throughout your house. Like, this is actually a very narcissistic gesture when you really think about it, because it's like, look what I did, right? It's not about you. He probably didn't get you your favorite flowers, but you couldn't complain because he got you so many. With Liz, it caused a problem with her apartment building, her security. He's getting off on that, right? He's getting off on like slightly inconveniencing you, making it all about himself. Really, what would have been a lot more thoughtful would be to, personalize it somehow, except for when these men are doing this, they rarely care to get to know you enough to actually be able to do these gestures thoughtfully. They just want to do them as quickly as possible and get all of the transaction bombing, love bombing out of the way, so that they can just kick their feet up and start texting other women. Because they know that if you get upset, they're going to point back to, I filled your apartment with flowers. I wrote a book about you. I did this and this. Like, how dare you doubt me? And it's like, girl, check his Shutterfly account, okay? Whatever he's making these books on, like, they're getting so fucking intricately diabolical. Probably fucking reused the design and all the words and everything. Like, it's so fucking sick and twisted. Stay safe out there, ladies. I love you so much. Godspeed.
It's a numbers game for these guys. It's just a numbers game. Like, if somebody meets you 36 hours later and tell you, what do you love about me? You just met me 36 hours ago. But at the same time, I'm like, this girl is quite young. So like, if some things life will just have to teach you. Some lessons, if you don't learn it by listening to other people's life story and learning from others, you will have to experience it yourself. Because to me, the red flags in this Lizzie story, they are too huge. The red flags are too huge for me not to actually question how her thought process. It is very, very, it's too huge. You just met this guy 4 months into the relationship, you are engaged and you are pregnant. I don't know if you're engaged or married, and then you are pregnant. And then I watched somebody else's video saying, oh, she should have done like a wedding. And to me, I don't really think like the grand wedding, those big weddings. I don't see, I don't think it's necessary. Only if that is what you want to do, good and fine. But what weddings? Because I am also in the wedding industry. I've styled brides' hair for their weddings, and what I notice is that process, it brings out you different kinds of character from both the husband and the wife. If even if they have a wedding planner, there's something that the husband and the wife will have to be responsible for. So that also gives you time to see how this person works under pressure, how this person performs under pressure. It gives you, because to me, 4 months, what do you know about somebody in 4 months? 4 months is like, even psychologically, people can hold their mask up for 4 months. 4 months is no time at all. But the funny thing is, when you are younger, because now I feel like I'm almost 30, guys. I know in like 6 months time I'll be 30, but I'm claiming 30 now. I'm almost 30. I'm your big auntie now. So sorry, that's just a joke. So to me, I'm like, 4 months when you're younger, to be like, it's a long time. But 4 months, like, 4 months is such a minuscule amount of time to actually know somebody and to go get married. And I don't know if it's like a court marriage. I think she's Muslim, so I'm sure it would be like just a small something. I'm sure they're married. I'm sure they're married before she. Um, and to me, like, if you're married so fast, there's no difference with you just dating anybody off the street, because like, what do you know about the guy? So back to my the wedding thing I'm talking about. During weddings, you will know if, first of all, if your husband is not involved in the whole process. That one is already a red flag on its own. You're the only one responsible for the whole thing. There's a difference between him saying, okay, I know this is your dream and it's a way you want it to come together, so I will support you in making your dream happen. There's a difference between that and him just letting you be, and then him appearing on the day, like if he manages to appear on time on the day. There's difference between that. So that process to me is very important, because it shows you, it shows you how people work under pressure. And then it's, man, 4 months is just crazy. 4 months is crazy. But yeah, I feel that wedding process is quite important. It's a good way to know more about the person that you're going to get married to, because they are from when I'm making their hair, I will know which wedding, which couple is going to last and which one is not going to last. But yeah, just men in general. And to me, I feel, because many people online were like, oh, if this can happen to her, it can happen to anybody, and blah blah blah. But I feel that if you are attracted to men, good and fine, you can go into the relationship, but use your two eyes and always be willing and ready to leave, because the position you don't want to be in as a woman is a place where your husband or your boyfriend think that you can never leave. That they can do that by um financially, like being financially abusive. That means you are not owning your own money, and sometimes some crazy stories where some woman will be earning money and giving it all the money to the husband, and then the husband will now give you the portion that he thinks. Are you guys mad? Or it can be where they trap you with the children. They'll give you one child when they think you can still move around with this one child comfortably. They'll give you two. They will not convince you to give birth to three, to give birth to four. According to London, the corner of London, he wanted her to have 5 children to make sure, and make very sure that she cannot go leave the relationship. So you can decide to, if you are still interested in dating men and marrying men, good and fine, but make sure that you are always in a position where you can leave. I'm tired, I beg. So at this point, obviously, everybody's still, it's like, oh, he had done this, there's a pattern. Everybody's kind of, well, now second guessing the whole situation, like really thinking deep into it. Baby girl, 4 months. What are you doing? Getting pregnant for somebody you only know for 4 months. And then videos now started coming out where Liz started defending, kind of, she and her sister kind of started defending the London guy. That's when we knew that she will most likely go back. To be honest with you, she has not said she will go back, but with the way things are going, she's definitely going to go back. And the thing, I've never been pregnant before. God forbid, I'll never be pregnant. But there will be hormones and the rest. So those ones you have to also put those into play. But it seems like she's not actually practicing what she has been telling people.
Oh, it's getting messy. The wizard Liz has replied to Landon's ex, Abby, who claimed that she had messaged Liz the wizard trying to warn her of Landon, but Liz the wizard never replied to her. She also claimed that Liz the wizard called her from an unknown number and she knew it was her because of her Middle Eastern accent. Let's get right into it, Liz. She says, guys, I'm getting videos from my friends that Landon's ex just posted a video saying that she DM'd me before and that I called her, question mark, question mark, question mark. I have never in my life called any woman or even been aware of other women in our relationship. She shows evidence of a no caller ID number and claims she recognizes it's me because of my Middle Eastern accent. I am not Middle Eastern and it feels like to me you're trying to make fun of my accent. She's addressing Abby directly. She says, whatever happened between you and Landon is between you guys to solve, but don't start lying on me, making up rumors about me. She said, my friend kept commenting that I never called her or have seen her DMs and her comments kept getting deleted. I don't understand what your motive is. She also leaked Landon's phone number and email and people are calling and texting him every second to unalive himself. I don't want the father of my child to hurt himself. He's already going through it and has already lost everything. Stop the hate, please. I am really trying to move on from this, but now I can't even try to heal or think about me and the baby because I have to worry about my ex hurting himself. I have never seen any girls DM about him until Peyton messaged my friend that she found on TikTok. Damn. That's the only reason I found out. When I found out, I immediately left and I'm trying to move on. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. She's talking directly to Abby. Do whatever you want to do, but leave me out of this and stop creating false narratives that have never happened. She finishes with, to my followers, I want to say thank you for all the kind words and support. I don't have words to describe how supported I feel by you guys in my lowest moments. I really love you guys so much and I owe you my whole life. Really, thank you.
She's like, oh, the father of my kid is getting death threats, and so what is your business? Like, let him get. It's his actions. These are consequences of his actions. He should get the death threats, and I'm like, at the same time, I don't know. Obviously, all this whole thing is going to be with a whole disclaimer over it. I was not there for any of this situation. It's just from the information that I'm seeing online that I'm coming to come and gist you guys. But I'm like, why are you concerned about how he is feeling? He is the one that cooked up this whole situation that you are in. If you never met him by chance or by fate at the airport, your life will not be in this direction. And to me, this with this Abby coming out to say all the things that she has said about London, this is where that's why I'm now saying maybe it is hormones, because if she has people that are advising her, they'll be like, this is the point where you will focus on, like, support Abby, because like support her, and maybe all the messages they're writing, like, just support her, because even if Abby is lying about this whole situation, which she has shown a lot of receipts about it, so but even if Abby is lying about the situation, if you keep on showing your support for another woman that went through the same situation that you went through, like, what, why are you coming to be fighting Abby? Like, what is Abby's business in this whole situation? She also tried to contact you to tell you the same thing. When would have been the perfect time for her to say, like, she tried to Abby tried to tell Liz about this whole situation, send her messages on through her Instagram. She may not have seen it, which is good and fine. But now that this thing is out, the best way for her to have played it is keep on supporting Abby, because she went through the same thing as with you, and at least you will know that, okay, you're not mad. And you're not the one that's is speaking wrong because he has done this to other people. Do you understand? Like, it's time to show support for someone that went through the same thing as you, and not coming here to be saying, oh, you're sending death threats to my baby daddy. Who fucking cares? Ugh. That's where people started not understanding what direction she was going, which I don't actually blame them, because, like, what the actual fuck?
The Wizard Liz's sister came out with a video yesterday that Landon and Abby are now going to court over the allegations that Abby has made against Landon, and may the best liar win. This is exactly the words that she used in this video. Now imagine if we had treated Liz with the same standards that these sisters are treating Abby. It means that we wouldn't have immediately believed Liz, and we would have required proof, and we would have needed Landon's full side of the story, and we would have said, you know what, you worked that out, that is not our problem. We did not do that. We immediately jumped to Liz's defense, and she had the entire internet on her side, okay? I don't think people realize how privileged Liz is as a victim compared to Abby. Abby has no one. I am so disappointed at the way that this is unraveling, and it has set us as women back years. The fact that the conversation is no longer on Landon anymore, but against Liz and Abby, is exactly what Landon wants. He has successfully pitted these two women against each other. He has successfully manipulated Liz into believing that Abby is the crazy ex-girlfriend. If you hate on Abby but you support Liz, you are not someone who cares about women, and you are picking and choosing who to give your empathy towards, which means you are not an empathetic person. And for everyone saying that Abby picked the wrong time to share her story needs to understand that there is no right time for a victim to speak up, especially since Landon jumped from stalking Abby to being with Liz within the span of a month. So were you expecting Abby to come forward during the honeymoon phase of Landon and Liz and share her side of the story then? She would have been absolutely crucified. This poor woman not only felt silenced, but she had to watch online as her abusive ex-boyfriend gallivanted off with another woman and was perceived by the internet as like a superhero, a savior, a really great person. I'm understanding now that most of Liz's following is under 25, and you will understand one day. I hope you never do, but you may understand one day what it's like to be in Abby's position, and then only then will you realize that there is no such thing as a crazy ex-girlfriend. There is no such thing as a perfect victim. If someone lashes out and becomes crazy, it's because they were put in an environment that caused them to do so. There are just very few women in this world that are just actually truly crazy without having gone through something that made them that way.
Liz talking about Abby having some sort of sugar daddy really like cracked me up, because it really paints her as somebody who thought that she was in a better position than Abby. It happens often where women like to shame S-workers and then put themselves on pedestals where they're like, oh, but it was different with me. He married me, he put a ring on my finger, and then he impregnated me after the ring. Only to show that no woman is actually an exemption to horrible treatment from men. Not only that, but it was all transactional. I'm gonna keep saying that all these relationships are transactional. Landon was putting money into the vending machine. He spent money on her, right? What's the difference between her and a sugar baby and an S-worker? Oh, she thinks that she won because she got engaged and married and then impregnated in such a short amount of time. In fact, that is probably the biggest fucking L that you can take. This is kind of where there's like a divide between regular women and S-workers. I don't really know if any of those allegations were correct, that Landon was saying that she had a sugar daddy or whatever the fuck he was trying to like orchestrate with this bullshit. Being like, don't believe her, she's a sugar baby. So fucking typical. Like I said, every single woman in history, all women who are any sort of SW, whatever the fuck, are painted as prostitutes and whores by men. So Liz took that and was like, oh, yeah, like she is a slut. Can't believe the slut. It's because she had a higher price to the cooch, now was forever tied to a fucking man. She thought that she was better. Men will show us time and time again that they don't see women as fucking people. It doesn't matter how much money they put into the fucking coin slot. You will still get cheated on, just like we saw with her. Apparently he was doing very nice things for Abby as well. So it does not matter how much money they put into the coin slot, they will always treat women the same. Just like men do, Landon has now successfully made it so women are going against other women, women are discrediting other women, and this is kind of why we are where we are in society with women, because the men know that they can create a competition between women over a fucking loser. Because women think that, oh, I'm on a higher pedestal than this other girl, so that means I won. When in fact, he was stomping down on both.
The Wizard Liz is acting like this because she's in a state of just complete shock. Her entire career has been built off of this idea, this notion that she understands men to a T. She's the prize, she's in control, she gets them to do what she wants, and most importantly, she's not one of the women that men deceive. She's not dumb enough for that, to be fooled, to be used. In fact, no man would ever dare to use someone like her because she's a high-value woman. That's why she used her platform to teach us her way, really to spread her knowledge to the less informed women that she's kind of above. And then she meets Landon, and she doesn't just meet Landon, she picks Landon. In every sense of the word, like she marries this guy in 8 months, carries his child, and like that, she's cheated on. And it happened so quickly too. It was disorienting for her to experience this, to be treated like a regular woman, the woman that she felt that she knew so much more than. And not only this, but then she's confronted with the fact that she's not the only one. This man did the same exact thing to another woman, and she was treated the exact same way. Like, I think the problem with Liz is that underneath these layers of outspoken feminism, there's a strong core of misogyny. It's just internalized misogyny. She kind of wants to be the chosen one, like the one who stands out, who is better than the rest, and that's why she gets the guy. But the fact that this other girl, I think her name is Anna or something, the fact that she could be treated the same way as some influencer, like that shattered her core. Her sense of self is gone.
Wizard Liz is not defending Landon. She is defending her choice in Landon. I'm going to say that again. Wizard Liz is not defending Landon. She's defending her choice in being with Landon. Okay? What we're witnessing at this point with Miss Wizard Liz is an ego death. Girlie realizing that she is not above the program. Girlie realizing in real time on the main stage that the rules, in fact, do apply to her. And I'm definitely going to do a podcast episode on it because it is a great conversation to have. But sister girl is realizing that she wasn't above anything or anybody. And I do believe that her platform and her level of influence did get to her head a little bit, to where she thought that surely nobody would try her the way they would try a commoner. Surely she has proven herself through her content to be a high value woman above all of the debauchery. So not only has she been played by this dude, but she's also not the only one that's been played. That's why she's attacking his ex, because she is realizing she isn't special. She's not different. Abby came forward and said, yeah, the same shit he did to you, he did to me, girl. She didn't want to hear that. Because what she's hearing is, yeah, you're not different. You're the same. You're equal to me. She didn't want to hear that. She's not defending Landon the person. She is defending her choice and choosing Landon to be with, because she doesn't want to yet admit that that wasn't a good choice. She isn't quite ready to admit her role in not following her own advice. She's given this millions of people at this point. She's not yet ready to accept that and accept the long-term consequences that came with her not following her own advice. The same advice she gave from her pedestal of being above the program. Yeah. More in 5.
And the fact that this big toe is doing the basic triangulating Liz to pit against Abby. Like, why would you fall for this? And the thing is, I'm sure everybody is making a thought piece about this whole situation. So I'm sure this lady is seeing these videos. People have tagged her. People have made. I'm sure there's a lot. But even if she's pregnant and she has hormones, her sister is not pregnant. Her sister is also on social media and also makes videos. She should watch the videos and tell her the advice that people are giving her. But the thing is, when you think that you are bigger than, if when you think they are bigger than the program, as this creator just said, you will not think that it can happen to you. Because what people don't understand, especially people that are online, and I'm talking to myself, because me too, I'll soon be popular, you know. Please subscribe, please. So what people don't understand is, when you are saying what you believe in, saying your values and the rest, these men that want you are learning you. They are studying you. You are now an easier prey than any other person. You are now an easier prey. So you have to be very, very careful. You really have to be careful, because normally I will not tell men, if I'm dating, what I'm looking for in a man. But I'm sure if they by chance come across my videos either on TikTok or here on Instagram, they will kind of understand my thought process and then be able to lay traps for me. And I only have how many subscribers? Just imagine what would happen if to Liz, like with the number of subscribers she has. I think she really, really played this wrong. and because of this, she's going to lose her platform and she's going to lose her credibility. And I'm so upset about it because there were so many ways to play this right, and she chose all the wrong steps. So this brings me nicely to the legend Naomi Osaka. And there won't be too much of backstory about her because I'm sure everybody knows who she is. She is a renowned tennis player, and she won against Serena Williams, and that put her on the stage, on the world stage. Everybody knows her. And at this point in her career, like okay, earlier on, she started dating this guy that's a rapper. She's like 10 times more wealthy, or 10 times wealthier than he was, or that he is, because she's still like light years more, like she had more money than him basically. So she is dating this guy, and after like a couple of years dating, she gave birth, which I couldn't even comprehend it. She's in at the top of her career, at the top. You know that for to play tennis, most of them they start practicing from when they are children. When they are children, so just imagine practicing all your life to get to this point in your life, and then you yourself use your own hand to pull yourself back or keep yourself on the same spot. And to be honest, I don't want it to sound, because I don't want it to sound like I am like condemning her, because I it's not even possible for me to condemn her, because she definitely did something correct in her life to for her to be to be this good of a tennis player. But I just want to draw the line, draw the connection between to make sure that you guys understand that if you don't decenter men from your life, you will be making decisions that don't make sense, like logically. It will not even make sense to you yourself 5 years down the line. And when somebody gives birth, because at some point she gave birth, I think she was like 25, 26 years old. And I'm like, at this point, when people make that decision, they'll be like, oh yeah, um even though the relationship ended and I'm no longer with my baby daddy, I still got the best what do you call it, gifts ever, best gift in the world. I still got the best gift, which is the child. But what else will you expect them to say? They will not say, oh, I do not like the child. It's their decision, so you have to stand by it. But what I'm trying to say is, you can date whoever you want to date. You can do whatever you want to do, like safely. But why would you want to make a permanent decision based on that? I made a video earlier about how men are the ones that baby trap women and not the other way around. Because we'll be hearing that women have been baby trapping men. But no, when you are a woman and you are successful in your career, men can baby trap you. You can even baby trap yourself with a child. Because it never made any sense to me why at the peak of her career she decided to make that decision. Because even Serena Williams, because it is not a case where you say, okay, I'm the first one, and I don't have anybody in front of me to learn from. Serena Williams was there, and her sister Venice, they can be a role model. And I think the coach for Serena Williams is the same coach for um, Naomi Osaka. They have the same coach. So this cannot be a situation where you want to tell me that you did not see nobody before you to learn from. It's not that situation. And to be honest, like she since that time she's been looking so down. She was no longer at the top, obviously at the top of her career. She's still like in the double digits of best tennis players, but she's nowhere on the top. And I'm actually hoping and I'm actually rooting for her to come back to where she was and even surpass it, and even surpass Serena Williams. Because I don't know, the interviews I've seen, like she's been looking so down, and I don't know if just because she lost that particular game. I'm not really sure, but there's a toll that it will take on you, whether you like it or not. No matter how rich you are, if you actually want to be an actual good parent to your child, a child will slow you down. So you have to make sure that you have to calculate when, even if you want to have children, know the right time. I won't say the right time because I cannot advise her to like what to do with her body. Everybody can decide that, but there's some things that you look from outside and you be like, this does not make any sense. But let me show you the video I'm talking about where she was looking like really down about like looking really down.
I think as time goes on, I feel like I should be doing better. But also, I kind of talked about this before, maybe a couple years ago or maybe recently, I'm not sure. But I hate disappointing people.
Should have never gotten back together in the first place. I mean, who couldn't have seen this coming? I hate this for her. Today, Naomi Osaka took to social media to announce some information. She said that her and her longtime partner have ended their relationship. She said there is no bad blood at this time, and he's a great person and an awesome dad. She should have never given that man a baby. I don't think he was ever really serious about her. And she should have just focused on tennis. Wasn't she supposed to be the next Serena or Venus? Basically threw her career away for this man. And that's something you should never do. What a mess to start 2025 like this. She's had too many personal setbacks, professionally and personally, including her injuries sidelining her career. She had to withdraw from the 2003 Australian Open after she announced she was having her first child. Motherhood has not been kind to her. What is it with breaking up and babies?
If you were on my live, then you heard me scream because of this baby news. Like, what the heck? Obviously, very excited for her. This kind of came out of left field. She and Corday, as it said, have been together since 2019, and they've had a very, publicly private relationship. They talk about each other, but they're not always in our face. So I think that's part of the reason I was like, oh wow. Now personally, I am just wondering a little bit about her career because motherhood is very taxing on the body. That is not to say she can't do it though. I'm excited for her. I'm excited to see where this continues to go. I hope she takes all the rest that she needs. I hope very many blessings over her, the baby, the pregnancy, the relationship, and all of that. I'm super stoked.
And then she posted something on her Instagram saying, honestly, I typed out a whole caption about how I'm disappointed with myself, etc. But I've been sitting here playing with my daughter and I realized that I couldn't be more proud of myself. I gave birth to such an amazing human and I played the US Open. A win is a win. Sure, it didn't work out this time, but I have faith it will eventually. Thank you, New York. See you next time. So yeah, everything all together. Please, ladies, focus on yourself. Make sure you are very selfish when it comes to yourself. Make sure you are expelling anything that's going to usurp your energy, anything that's going to split your attention. You only have one life. Make sure you live it to the full. Make sure you live it to the full extent. Challenge yourself. Try new things. A man is never a choice. A man is never the plan. A man is never the plan.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but stay away from men